where the reduction should occur, and where there would be the major benefits for the producer and where there would be the major benefits for the consumers. So if we look at where to tackle the losses, we can do it at the production level, at the post-harvest, at the processing, at the wholesale, or any other, or at the consumption level. So what this graph is trying to show is that depending on where we do the interventions, the effects could be different. So for example, if the interventions are being done at the producer level, we will see that will be lower prices because there will be more food that before was lost, and that will be benefit for the consumers. And if the intervention is done at the consumer level, we will see that the demand shrinks, the production falls, and this will be affect the income of the producers. So, and as I mentioned, also there will be impacts on the environment. And here I'm depicting by region how many tons of CO2 equivalent per ton of maize is being reduced by interventions to reduce food losses. And as you can see, the major returns are at the consumption level. Why? Because this product has already crossed all the value chain and has arrived to the consumption. So, as I have explained, we have a problem of accurate information, and there are efforts going like the one I showed that we are working, and there are many other efforts, but we need to scale up these efforts so that we can make the aggregate number compatible with a disaggregate micro number that allow us to identify where the losses occur. Second, there is only scarce evidence regarding the source of or the causes of food losses. And again, our method tries to capture that, and we need to keep improving. So that's why we have decided to develop an app with FAO that uses this information so that we can cross-source information of this type that we are collecting. So so we can have more information of more households, so we can clearly identify where the losses occur in the value chain. And third, another major problem that we have found, and I will explain later why, is that still we need to bring better evidence in terms of the cost effectiveness of what activities or what actions could reduce losses that are profitable for the farmer to implement. And fourth, there is also an understanding on what incentive to be in place for farmers to do the necessary investments to reduce food losses. So let me give you some examples. So what we know on storage practices. So in this figure, I present, based on a literature review, all the different types of interventions of storage for citrus. So clearly to understand that the bigger impact is on botanical and essential oils and wax coating plus essential oils. So as this figure shows, the effects on the storage protectants vary, and the interventions that really have an impact, and this is the size of the bar here, you see the lower the bar, the lower the losses in quantity and quality. So in this example, botanical and essential oils, and the other is wax coating plus essential oils, are the most efficient interventions to be implemented. Another example is we have this paper from Stutters and others that systematically review post-harvest loss reduction interventions for 22 crops across 57 countries in Sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia from 1970s to 2019. So the authors create a synthesis evidence on the effectiveness of different interventions, and they found that the storage technology interventions targeting farmers dominate the studies. So 79% of the studies were on the storage, and maize was the most studied crop. Like 23% of the studies were on maize. Most of the interventions studies were in India, so around 33% of the studies, and 24 countries had not studies. So the figure presents the result of the impact of different type of interventions of grain storage in terms of percentage of weight loss and percentage of discolor grain losses. So on the incentives, it's also important, and we did 2 experiments, one in which we compare relative to the traditional deliverable of packages of seeds and fertilizers by governments, what could have happened if we given information to farmers and we lend them a market that will pay an incentive if the farmers comply with the quality attributes. And what we found is that if there is a premium for a higher attributes, the impact in Honduras was an increase in the food loss reduction by 6% relative to just providing the package, and in Guatemala of 7%. So what this means is just giving the proper information and incentives, and buyers that are willing to pay a price premium make the farmers to do the investment that they need to do and to be able to achieve these reductions. And the second one was working in Ethiopia and was done by Hugo de Groot and others, which basically was working on storage bags. And they also find an impact on the reduction of quality losses by 9%. So let me summarize my major conclusions. So first, not all the food loss and waste reductions are created equal in terms of impact, and varies country by country and region by region and commodity by commodity. Second, it is difficult to manage what you cannot measure. So it's very important to measure the level of losses, especially to identify where are the hotspots. Third, food security will be technically cheaper to bring innovations needed in low-income economies to reduce losses upstream. So that means at the producer level. And fourth, innovation, it's important in nudging the business case for food loss and waste reduction. So broader investment strategies and policies coherence so that we can have a business case. So it's important to say that if the producer don't have a business case, he won't do the investment. So let me give you an example. If I do my investments to reduce losses by being aflatoxin free, by drying my maize and storing properly, and I go to the market and the market doesn't recognize that change, then why will the farmer do this? So he will prefer not to do it because he doesn't get any benefit, right? So thank you very much. I'm more than happy to answer any question that you may have.
A round of applause for Luciana. Yes, you have helped us to simplify a very complicated problem. It feels like, so we really appreciate that. And the audience here, I do appreciate that too. Let me start with the question why I allowed the audience to settle to absorb what you have just informed us. You said that most of the losses that are recorded happens at farmers level. Can you help us to decompose or explain how this happened at the farmers level? Because if farmers are producing to lose that way, so what we get to the market in that case now? So how do you decompose that? Explain to us in details.
So, okay, when we do these measurements, we separate by stages. So we measure the losses at pre-harvest, what we call left in the field, and at post-harvest. So for sure, the producers don't have the intention to produce with losses, but most of the time they don't have the technology available or the inputs necessary, or like in the side of the inputs that they can control, right? Sometimes the inputs are not available in time, or they cannot have access to these inputs. So that start to initiate these losses, or sometimes the other part that they cannot control are the climate or the weather problems, right? If there is not enough rain or too much rain or winds or others, that could generate losses. It's important to remark that we not only measure the losses in quantity, we also measure the losses in quality. Because if a producer doesn't have a good quality product, that would create a loss for him in terms of value. So that's why the producer is the actor that lost more, because he needs to assume all the risk producing this product, and then the middleman or the intermediary is going to be the person who is going to say what to buy or how to buy or how to pay for that.
Okay, thank you very much. The other question that comes ready to mind is the case of trying to appreciate quality, which you just mentioned. I don't know, maybe with your experience in Africa, we don't seem to appreciate quality of the food or the produce from the farm, because as you know, there's no attribution to the quality. So if you bring 1 kg of maize to the market, whether it's aflatoxin free or not, is the same price, more or less, because there's no standard. So how do you therefore encourage quality in the continent? So what would be the way to go? Thank you.
So, thank you for the question. So in that way, that's a very good question, because that's more on the way of the policy and how or we as consumers require that quality or pay for that quality. Because if we go to a market, let me put just an example, we are going to pay more, or in the other way, we are going to pay less for a product that doesn't look or have a lower quality, right? So for the case of aflatoxins, that it's a problem that we cannot see, I think in that specific case, it would need to be more a policy on a national policy that don't allow or allow the consumers to know what type of product they are buying, so they can decide.
Okay, so you're advocating for policy change that we encourage people to appreciate the quality, and therefore maybe also standardization. Okay,
Yeah.
Standardization can help, but that's also a form of policy as implementation. I'd like to pause now and ask the audience to raise some questions so that I don't monopolize. It doesn't become a dialogue. Yeah, it's a conversation. Yeah, if you'd like to ask a question in the context of circular economy, how it relates to food loss and food waste, I think you can ask now. Anybody, you can just raise your hand, and you will use your microphone before you. Prof, you want to ask a question? Yes. Not yet. Okay. Yes. Just introduce yourself, maybe your organization, and then ask your question. Yes, there's a question in the audience, please.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Dr. Kunle Oyegbile, a private consultant. Thank you for the presentation. And my question or concern borders on the sources and the causes of food losses. I keenly followed through your presentation and looking at some of the causes along the value chain. The aspect of a paper that was presented yesterday was omitted, the aspect of drying phase of the value chain. And the study have recorded that there are a lot of losses that happen within that stage of the value chain, the drying phase of the value chain. So how do we go about this? And also looking at the prevailing effect of the climate change, it's also affecting this phase of the value chain, the drying phase, as it was experienced some years ago in Nigeria during the time that the farmer ought to be harvesting and drying their farm produce, there was a lot of rain and there was a lot of losses during that time. Please, can you please help to attend to this? Thank you.
And thank you for the question. So let me try to approach to that question. So yeah, as you said, like as I tried to explain before, there are some things that we can control, like the inputs that we use or the machines that we use, and we can control that with the quality of these tools, of how they are work. But there are others like weather or climate, like rains, like that, or freeze, or cold weather, whatever, that we cannot control. So the thing that we can do in this case could be like be aware of or using the resources and the technology that it's available now, to be aware of the rains in this case, and try to manage our crop to avoid to have our drying without cover or in the field when the rain season is coming. So for sure, there are going to be times that the rain arrives when it's not time, and we cannot control that much. But I think we can use better drying technologies that allowed us to dry outside the field or in a machine that it's going to make this process faster, so we cannot leave in this case this product or this crop in the field for the rain or other weather issue that we cannot control.
Yeah, thank you. Do you have any question? I just thought of something. Yes, I'm just thinking in the context of climate change that we were looking at, you either have erratic rainfall, because agriculture in Africa especially is rain-fed. Okay, so it's when there's rain that you know that agricultural activity will start, or when there's no rain, stops, something like that. But recently, in Nigeria, at least the part of Nigeria that I stay, the rain started, but in the last 3 weeks, that stopped. So we planted maize. I'm a very small scale farmer. We planted maize, and now we're thinking there might be a total loss of the maize farm, on the field now, because if maize suffer water shortage for more than 3 weeks at the tasseling stage, is a problem. So I'm thinking now that what can we do in the foreseeable future to prevent losses on the farm? When you have losses after harvest, it's easier to manage. So you can take them as waste. You can convert them to some things, maybe to other things, manure, or maybe process in some ways. But when it is lost on the field, you don't even have anything to gain at all, then it becomes a problem. How do you compensate the farmers? Then I'm also thinking, what can be done to remediate this scenario in the context of climate change and the context of Paris, the last COP that agreed on loss and damages. What should we be measuring? Because we talk about measurement. If you cannot measure it, you cannot determine the loss, for instance. What should we be measuring in the context of climate change? And how should we tailor our research? How do we tailor our research to capture these losses? Thank you.
Thank you. So let me go by the first part. So yeah, we are in times that climate change is affecting all of us in different ways. So what we will need to do ideally is, as I say, use all the technology available. So in this case, if we have a problem with the rain or whatever, we will need to start to use a variety of seeds or maize in the example that you provide that can resist the drought and the lack of rain. But also, like when you have a problem, another come, like the pests and diseases. So we need to provide these producers with all the inputs available also on time to reduce as much as possible these losses. So ideally, we would like to don't have these losses. But the measurement, it's important to know why and where this happened. Because as you said, it's easy to manage or to work at post-harvest because we already have the problem. But as I show you, and as you also tell, like most of the problems are at pre-harvest. So we need to find and look for solutions for each commodity and each crop and each specific geographical location for the problem. Because it's not the same to say, I'm going to plant maize in Nigeria that I'm going to plant maize in Central America because the realities are different. So I think it's important to look at what are the reality in this specific place or country, and then check what we have and what we can improve for producers.
Do we have more questions, please? The students? Any more questions? Yes, I don't see anyone asking questions, but maybe I should just ask this one more question. You have done a lot of research across the world, and what is your next research agenda, and how can participants who are interested collaborate with you?
Okay, thank you for the question. So then, common things, we are measuring some losses in 3 countries in Africa. One of them is Nigeria. And then we are developed an app to measure the losses directly. So it's an app that is going to take less time and can provide information directly to the producer and also to the researchers about the amount of losses and the reasons behind that losses. So we are working that with a FAO. So hope we have that tool ready to use in the next month.
Yes. The other question is how can researchers collaborate with you? Do you have opportunities for collaboration?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to, as you know, I'm more than happy to work with different people and different researchers or students that are interested in the theme. And if we found some interesting, like that can work together, yeah, that's totally fine. I don't have any concrete, but it's an open possibility.
Okay, so I'll need to follow up with you because that's why I'm interested in working with you, because we actually want to use this platform to generate ideas for further collaboration. And I think that's what would be a way to go. I just want to thank you now again, and to say thank you for waking up very early, maybe more than your normal time of waking up. You have to wake up much early to attend to this. We have a gift for you, and fortunately, we have somebody from the States who is attending the conference. She's from Michigan State University.
Okay.
So I'd like to welcome, she's a postdoc in one of the programs we run at Images Initiative. We call it Africa Graduate Mentorship and Coaching Program. I think I will discuss more with you on this. So her name is Mary. Her name is Senami Semeni Ngozi. Semeni, can you come here? Yes, let's clap for her to receive our own token of appreciation for Luciana. Okay, come here. Okay, so I know in the US or in the Western world, when they give you a gift, you have to open it before they present that to you. So I will give, this is the gift that we are presenting to you. It's from all of us in the room, and especially from Images Initiative and ASAP, that is Africa Circular Economy Research and Policy Network. So on behalf of all of us, I'm presenting to Dr. Ngozi, who will deliver to you in the US.
Thank you very much, Olawale.
You need to say something on our behalf. And open the gift so that she will know what you are bringing to her.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Wale.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
that's
Dr.
fine.
Wale. So on behalf of Dr. Luciana, I'm very glad to get this award and I will present to her in the state. Dr. I am in Michigan State, so we will talk how I'm going to deliver this award to you, to Washington, I think so.
Yes. You are muted, yes.
Yes. So thank you very much to all of you. Thank you very much for the gift. I really appreciate.
Have to open the gift, please.
Okay.
Wow.
No, you can remove this. So that's your gift that she will bring to you. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a really nice gift.
We have your picture embossed in it so that nobody can take it.
I can also keep.
Okay, so thank you very much for doing this. So you can go with it.
Okay.
Okay, Luciana, I want to thank you again in regards to your colleagues and our colleagues in the States, in Washington, IFPRI office especially.
Thank you very much to you, Olawale. Thank you for the invitation. And thanks for the questions and for the attention you take to my presentation.
Yes, please. And we also recorded this, so we will share the YouTube link with you so you can also share with your colleagues. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Okay, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together again for Luciana. So what do we have now? What's the agenda? We have some time now, so maybe we'll quickly take the questions and question and answer session we missed earlier, because we need to run to 2 before refreshment. Somebody corrected me, I should not say lunch. It's just refreshments. Can we do that now? Yeah. Do you need to invite those people or just take discussion generally? But they may want to respond to the issues. Yeah, do you want to bring them back? And let them sit. They can sit instead of coming to the front. They can just sit here. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll call back the exhibitors for interactions on the questions that we didn't ask earlier. Thank you. May I also announce that those people who will be giving awards are in the room. If you have not given me your presentation, can you please submit it to me now? Thank you. Oh, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm back. Tell me welcome back. Thank you. Okay, so we'll try to manage the time we have before the next break. We have the Okay. The exhibitors are coming into the hall. Can you please fill the seats here so we know you're the dignitaries for today? We had a different set yesterday. So earlier I counted 3 persons that wanted to ask questions. Can you please identify yourselves again? 1, 2, there was another person there. Maybe she's left. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8. Okay, I think that will be all. If anybody has questions, or if you have questions again, you can meet with them at the exhibition stand. Yeah, I counted him earlier because he was even raising his hand from the first speaker. So I noted him. Okay, so what we'll do is for your questions, please identify the person that the question is directed to. So the person takes the question immediately after asking. So we'll start with number 1. Your name? Number 1, where is number 1? Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm Hodemi Elizabeth. I want to appreciate all the presentation, but I'm directing my questions to the CEO, Gaba. Please, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, can you please enlighten us on how to get suitable soil, or I don't know, maybe soils for our gardening process? Then number 2, I don't know if you'd like to shed more light on how to make compost from our kitchen waste. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question, ma'am. First off, with regards to soil. So naturally in this part of the world, I mean, we have a lot. So first, loamy soil is recommended. For some produce, you know, they recommend a mixture of loamy and, you know, some other medium. So, but what I know is growing up, you find good soil every part of Nigeria. So I grew up in Lagos, our backyard. I mean, it just, you literally see maize growing in the drainage. You almost not see sand. Have you seen it? Maize growing in as big, as tall as I am. So, however, after a bit of experimenting, it was here. So the advice I got was to use. I started using topsoil as well. Then some of our partners here in IITA gave me some contacts. So I actually buy at the moment. I buy, but I still use the local ones around me. So I mean, for starters, because it's not commercial farming, and so for starters, I started using loamy soil around me. So that was how I started. Then at the moment I buy, so I have people who come, they bring them as much as I want. So they are good soil, treated soil, but with your regular loamy local soil in your environment, you still get the best of yield. Then for compost, so what my wife and I practically did was, I mean, first thing we did was went on YouTube, and watched all the video there is. So that was the first thing we did. So like I said, it was when we're planting the trees and launching the garden, we now realized that we should actually start practical, you know, demonstration of, you know, turning food waste to compost in, you know, with the students. So what we have been doing so far, everything we learned on YouTube, and there are different schools of thought or, I mean, processes. So the one that I've been using largely, you get your container, you pierce it, then the sides, you drill it, then you can lay it first. I mean, there are different processes. First lay with loamy soil or already existing compost, just a bit. Of course, the quantity is not mentioned. So it's like you're just using trial by error, and then you put your food waste, then you had brown leaves for nitrogen, then you had green leaves. So the first one I did, it took about 3 months before it was ready. Then afterwards, because it was rainy season, it took about 6 months. So you need a lot of patience. So, and we turn it and stir it at intervals. Just turn it upward, downwards, mix it at various intervals. So, and like for me, if you remember, Dr. Lady, last year when we were here, I was asking the IITA person in Benin or Ghana, said to my surprise, one day I opened the container and I saw black soldier flies. And I'm like, okay, how did they get inside? So, because they also helped, your food waste to decompose really fast. So, but most importantly, for now, go on YouTube. And at the moment, one of the other benefits we'll get, from IITA is the fact that I remember I told one Mr. Kunle I said, I'm not satisfied. I want to know the elements, the proportions, the constituents. This is my compost manure. So he said, okay, that won't be a problem. It will take me in and we'll do it in the standard way. Because I told him I would love to be bagging them, but I want to put all the nutrients, what ratio, what. So he said that won't be a problem. They'll take me in and they'll start with testing what I have done and let me know if nitrogen is too much or this, and they'll tell me how to achieve a balanced ratio. So thank you. I don't know if that answers your question.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Just to help us to add a little, if you want to do the compost manure from your backyard, part of what you can do, make it yourself, is just dig a little ground, pour in the waste there, then cover it up for about 3 to 6 months. Go and mix it. You just dig a little, mix, then cover up again. By 9 months, your compost manure is ready. That is just at your backyard if you want to do it by yourself.
Okay. One more comment and then that will be all. Please go ahead.
No comments. But I'm just asking, they said that we should just get the food waste and put it there. But food waste is not a one-time something. Are we going to just continue putting it there? Because I don't understand, because you said put it there after 3 months, 6 months, but food waste is something that we get every day. So is it that we have to keep pouring it there, or we have to hold on until one finishes and now starts? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. Just that the one we've done, we already have the waste in mass somewhere. Then, so if you want to do that yourself, maybe you have it dug, you have something to cover, maybe a metal covering or something, not to introduce disease and pest. So then after some while, when the waste is appreciable, you pack it, and you can be doing segment by segment, small pits within the house. But you can just accumulate for 1 week or a 2-week waste. That's why you need to cover it up, maybe with a metal cover, so that pest and disease will not come in. Then after 1 week of waste, you can pack it, then dig a ground completely, just bury it, then add more soil. You're using complete soil to cover it up. So when you're digging, you're digging out the earth. Just about a feet deep, it's okay. Just about a feet, you pull out the earth, then you pour in your waste. Then you cover it up. So, decomposition start happening inside the waste and the soil by itself. You have earthworms, everything started reacting on it, insects and whatever. So after 3 months, you can start excavating a little by little till you get to the compost. Then you mix well again. Then you cover it up. When about 9 months, everything is done. Compost manure.
Yeah, just to add to that. So what I do is I have a very big bowl. So that's a very insightful question. You can't fill it at once. So what you just do is we repeat the process. So we have this quantity of food waste, the soil, the compost, the green leaves. So we add on top of it, repeat the process. That's what we do. So you can create this square shape at the bottom of your container. I use container a lot. Then you can take, because the one at the bottom will most likely decompose before. So you can take them out, then it drops. Of course, you mix over time, but once it's full, we move to another container. That's the way we do it. Thank you.
Okay. A comment or a question? All right, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I had a conversation with him outside because my worry was, I was trying to confirm if what he called compost was actually aligning with international standards. But like he said, it's a work in progress, and they're trying to research into it. I think the contributions he also made all correct. But I think research has to be done for you to lay claim that what you have is actually compost. Do you understand? Because there are some elements, phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium, you have to meet up with the internationally acceptable standards before you can lay claim scientifically that what you have is compost. So it's good that is still trying to research on it, and I'm sure that is going to get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your comments. I think for those that are not doing science, just dump your food waste. After 9 months, pack it out. We are not writing journal papers. A comment or a question? No, thank you. I'll call you later. Number 2, please. Who was the second person earlier? There was someone there. Okay, please go ahead. Your name?
My name is Oluwatosin Olayinka. My question goes to our coconut mama. I was really inspired by your story. I think it's amazing. So we all live in Nigeria. We know what it's like to do business, to start a business and watch it grow. What were your problems, especially the most daunting ones, and how did you overcome them at the startup level and when you were scaling? And secondly, you didn't start the business from your story. You didn't start with the intention of doing business. You actually wanted to solve a personal problem, but now you've grown to become a brand, and I think that's amazing. From how did you get all these ideas? The different, especially in the product development area, did you have quality, did you have access to quality human capital to help you through all this journey, or you had to do everything all by yourself?
Thank you for the questions. I love the name Coconut Mama, but just for the benefit of the room, my name is Ebun Feludu. So the 2 questions were, what were the challenges you faced? How did you surmount them? And the second one was, how did you develop products? So to answer the first one, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, what you do is solve problems. So you are going to face problems every single day. So my motto in life, and pardon me as I speak Yoruba, I said I'm from Ibadan. That's my motto in life. And so once you walk into the entrepreneurial journey, knowing that whatever comes is not greater than me, whatever challenge comes is not greater than me, I will surmount it. So that helps. So there are tons of challenges, right? One is access to raw material, enough for you to do a business on a level of scale. We had that challenge, and we just had to keep going deeper and deeper into the market to get a better price, right? So in terms of raw material, solving that problem was, okay, I always say to the people, the deeper you go into the market, the better you get the price. So if you know Balogun markets, if you're at the fringes of Balogun markets, everything you find there is going to be all shiny and pretty, and it's going to be the most expensive. Everybody gets it from the deepest part of the market. So as long as you are willing to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the market, you're going to get a better price. So the other thing was human resources. People would come, people would go, but then again, when you know that I'm going to be a constant, I'm going to be a constant force in this, nothing is going to come and shake me. Once you know and you go in like that, when anything comes, staff are coming, staff are going, you stand rooted in your focus. And my ultimate focus, my ultimate vision is to have a huge community where our farming is there, our factory is there, we have hospitals, that is my vision. And that is where I live. I live in that vision. So no matter what comes, all I know is where I'm going. You know what I mean? So having that vision and staying rooted in it and having that support you as you go along, because truly when you get to a certain age, all you want to do is impact. I've done a lot in my life. I won't lie to you. Like I've traveled the world. I've done all kinds of businesses. And at this point in my life, I really want to make impact. I want to see lives transformed because of me. I shared with you that there are billions that we're spending on coconuts to farmers who are not Nigerians. And I want to see that change in my lifetime through my business, through this business. So that's, hope that answers your question. And when it comes to product development, I think research is really important in any business because that's how you stay on the cutting edge. You must, I went somewhere today, I was going to buy chicken for my children and I saw something. And what I saw was evidence that everything that everybody has told me about a particular market was a lie. So every time you have to keep your eye on the ball, you have to be alert. So you need to know what's going on in the market. You need to know what the market is saying. What can people buy? So, and you need to kind of develop products. I shared with you that I stood at one of our stores for a month and I got direct feedback from the consumers who were saying, I want to use coconut oil, but I don't want to smell like Adiagmo, or I don't want to smell like coconuts. And that's how come we developed those other products in response to what the customers wanted. So you cannot consume everything you produce. You're producing for a clientele. So being alert and exposing yourself in trade shows like this, and listening to people. I'll give you another example. Somebody came to me and said, oh, they saw something on our Instagram. Somebody used our coconut flakes to make coconut rice. I'd never even conceived of that. I never even conceived that that was possible. But listening to that, you might be able to create something else. Something else she said, me and my daughter will sit down like this on Sunday. We'll get out your coconut flakes, we'll finish it. Please help us with a small pack on the go. What am I going to do? I'm going to produce a small pack for them to take on the go. You know what I mean? So it's product development is a response to your customers. How do I stay at the cutting edge of business? How do I keep meeting the needs of our customers? And so I hope that answers your questions.
Thank you very much. Next question. Okay, I'll take your question. Okay, we have 5 minutes to go. Please go ahead.
My
Your
name
name
is Adenijulu Afemi from
Okay.
Abana College. My question goes directly to Mrs. Lasisi Adejoke, CEO of Planet 3R. My question is that, is there any enlightenment program created for students in secondary schools, especially in Ibadan, about our project? That is one. Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Well, what we do is that like catching them young. So we go to schools, sensitize them on the need of having a clean environment, and also show them the basics of what they can do from their house. So we try to make sure that we tell their principal ahead of time or the teacher in charge of the program that they should come with their cartons. So we use the cartons to train them that they should use it to make loom. So we ask them to bring some kind of waste, maybe cloth waste or nylons. So that's what we just use to like train them and use it to like build their interests in like, there's a way creativity and the crafts like works with students. So that's what we do basically. So that one does not like, it's not money like that. You just need like, most of the time, people just bring Indomie cartons, biscuit cartons, like, yeah, just to do that. And they're always very excited like about it when we do it for them, yeah.
Okay, so the school has to invite you or you?
Sometimes we adopt schools ourselves. So
Okay.
we go to schools and inform them about it. And sometimes some organizations that work with schools so sometimes they just like partner with us like Planet 3R, we adopt a school, we want to do something different this time. Can you come and talk to them for an hour and educate them, do a little bit of crafts with them? So that's what we do.
I think he's asking because he wants you to come to their school.
Ma, well, like how many schools have you visited, ma?
Yeah, like maybe like 12 schools. Yes.
So go ahead and ask.
For different local governments.
Go ahead and ask. I'm giving you the.
We've gone to school in Apata.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Stop asking questions. Go ahead and ask her. Is she coming to your school?
Are you coming to our school, ma? We've not seen you in the
If you
background.
invite us, if you're able to come, we can come to your school. We will just add it to the number of schools that we have.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then, thank you. The next person by him.
My name is Adiyemi Siarat, a student of Aberdeen College, University of Ibadan. My question goes directly to Ms. Adejoke Lasisi. Is there any other materials, waste materials rather, that can be used for making your product apart from such a water, nylon, and plastic?
Okay, thank you. So when I was starting, when I discovered that problem in my community, like I shared with you earlier, I realized many people are already working with other form of waste like plastic bottles, tires. And one of the things that that will make one be relevant or make one to be able to like break into the sector easily is to be able to like complement existing solution. So with that, we're able to get more of collaboration. They see us with as, you know, other people in that sector, in the industry, see us as more of collaborators rather than competitors. So so we decided to work with pure water sachet and other nylons because we realized that many people did not really tap into that, and it's a gap like that has not been filled yet in that sector, and that's why we decided to do that. And other ways that we use is cloth waste, which we believe that a lot of cloth waste, because when you put those, we even like more emphasis are made on nylons, plastic, and everything, but you need to see how many clothes that are being in the wastage. Like even some of these bend down boutiques, secondhand clothes, some they will end up pouring them away because they could not sell them. And you know, a lot of inferior clothes are out there right now. And when you look at it, it's because now we've adopted more of these Western clothes. Like you would hardly see a show, okay, lying on the floor. You would hardly see people throw it away. People only throw away all these t-shirts and stuff like that because we do not really value them. So if we buy things that are maybe like original and the way they do it, I feel like we'll not throw them away. So we use them. We collect most of all these clothes through donations mostly. And what we now do is that we've collaborated with some orphanage centers. So when we see the clothes that are still very useful, so we give it out. We don't use those ones immediately. So even sometimes we collect the ones from the orphanage, like we use the worst of the worst clothes. So we convert them into floor mats, we convert them into center rug. So those are the things that we do with clothes. Hope that answers your questions. Yeah.
All right, then, thank you. We actually counted 8 hands. You are the 4th person. Who's the 5th person, please? Okay, that was the person I was looking for. Go ahead. No, he was number 2.
Yes.
Hold on, please, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Taufik Babalola, representing Plugin Nigeria. So I'm a student of University of Ibadan. To Mr. Femi, I love what you do, your renewable energy and everything. As an undergraduate, can I come to your company to come and then maybe for a few months or so? That's the question to you. And to Mrs. Ebon, you made mention that you actually look into females more than males. So you said you are going to get like 80%, yeah, like you're having more staffs of females than males. I have a friend that likes coconuts. Can he has a chance in your place to actually learn what you do? A male.
Oh my God.
Okay, can I just quickly answer? Listen, we have a 20% slot, and so I'm sure we can make space for him. By the way, I have 2 children and they're both boys, so they challenge me on this all the time. So we have a space for him. We can talk.
So you can follow up on that. Thank you.
Good afternoon again. Thank you so much. There is space. We have space for internship. And someone else also asked if they could be trained on apiary. I said yes, that either for free or for a token, there is always opportunity to train people And I told the woman as well that even if she wants a deeper training, because I'm not the real one going to do the harvesting and all that. I also have consultants that I pay. I can equally just link her up, and I said the person will not collect so much. So there's opportunity for training. The sky is big enough. Sorry, I'm sorry that we didn't talk about the location. So be rest assured, the factory is located in Akufu, is in Ibadan here. And part of what we've done is like what she said, the vision is so big, but we're starting small. So we have small quarters to even house the staff. Okay. Unlike her, what we did is we want it balanced. So unfortunately, it's not balanced yet. We have more female than male, but we want it balanced. So we have quarters for female, we have quarters for male. So,
okay, so your friend can still.
It's also on website.
2 jobs.
Tamela Food and Tea. Then we're on IG as well.
Okay.
Well, we have an office located in Agodi, inside the Boy Scout headquarters. That is where the corporate office is located. We have distributors, and we also take distributors. Distributors get 20% of the sales value.
All right, then. Thank you very much. So we'll take your question now.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I want to sincerely appreciate all the presenters. They did a very good job. They all did well. My question goes to GAB Africa. Because when you brought out that bottle, the water bottle with the green liquid in it, you said it was the pesticide used for plants, the organic pesticide, and it was gotten from the neem leaves. And we know we have neem trees around. So how is it that you just got the leaves and then probably pounded and then sieved and put in the bottle? Or how did that come about? Sorry, I hope I'm not delving into your business secret.
Okay, thank you for that, man. So first off, I know, just like I said, you go on YouTube, there are several local ways or radical ways of doing that. Some people put it in water, leave it to ferment and all that. But because of I'm excellence driven. So we have a technical partner. I met the person through Dr. Laide, NOAN, National Organization of Organic Agriculture of Nigeria. So they are the ones helping us with that. So so they know, I mean, we don't know how to do, but
okay, but no additions.
Oh, sorry. No, man, actually, 100%.
Thank you.
Natural.
All right, then. Thank you. So we'll take your question. No, him. All right, then.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me also join my voice to appreciate all the presenters. And one thing that so much excited me is that they started off farm, but now they find their feet back on land. So which means farming is not for the poor, it's for the rich. So can we appreciate them for that? Even the fabric business. So we thank you for that. Now for the Planet 3R, you made mention of having the Asoke weaving skill. At least I want to believe is part of what actually helped you in converting the sachet water to, no, what is the particular or basic skill that somebody needs in that respect?
Are you asking for someone or you're asking for yourself? Sorry.
It's a general one anyway.
Okay. Well, it's just the skill to be able to transform it. Like you want to, when we train people, it's the skill that they will use to transform it. They might not even necessarily know how to weave ashoke themselves. Yes, but they will be able to like transform that. That's what they are learning. And we don't teach for free anyways.
Okay, thank you. Hold on, please. You have a question, so please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. I really appreciate the presenter for today. I'm Dr. Agbola from Afewa Balola University, Ado-Ekiti. I have my question for Iyakulikuli, and probably probably those who have spoken on all these products that we put into our mouths. She actually said she's aspiring that we should raise up pyramid for groundnut, because the olden days method of raising such is nothing to come by with now. My problem is this, and I think we should consider, because of the theme of this program, enhancing sustainable management of food waste and food loss. But I discovered that there are some of these food items that are conventional in the sense that they are useful to plants, useful to animals, useful to horse. There's a kind of competition between animal and human. Soya beans, for example, groundnut is among. It's a conventional something. And one of the reasons why you don't have them enough for human consumption is because of very other something. Well, if you are aspiring for pyramid, that may not come up in the next few years because of this conventional, a kind of competition somehow. I want to ask whether you have a thought of going into unconventional plant protein products, because what we are interested in is a protein. Incidentally, I'm the only one that brought this poster. You will see that there. Mine is focusing on Rhizonus communis, because it's very rich in protein. We are working on that. The only challenge we have there is the anti-nutrients content in it. We are trying to make sure we reduce it to the minimum to make sure it's available both for man and animals. So if you are having challenges with the quantity of a groundnut, I want to ask whether you are having at the back of your mind, whether you launch into some of these unconventional products like bambara nuts and some other, and you can make kuli, you make it's a kind of innovation you put into the.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for mentioning that. When I saw this topic, one of the first things that came to my mind as a profound solution is mechanization and technology. Yeah. And let me say that we need to, I have a video in my head that I play every day. And I play it every day in my head. It was a video that I watched on while we're trying to research on, because we did backward integration and started working directly with farmers. We started with sample size of 50, we are growing to 1,000 in the space of number of years. And one of the core things that I come back to is that if you would not go into mechanization, you might not be able to achieve that goal and dream. Technology is also critical. If you know the cycle of groundnuts, it's not a widespread thing. I've not seen anybody in all the communities I've visited. I visited the community in Oyo. I was invited to speak on value chain, and I met with the farmers. I interacted with them, and I did not find an in-depth solution that brings mechanization on board. So we have not scratched 10% to 20% of what will give us a groundnut pyramid. So just like my sister said, he said, you need to keep playing your vision in your head and build yourself with the capacity of what does it take to get there. If I play that video for you here, you will not be able to stand on your feet. You will know that we are underutilized in getting groundnut. In that groundnut pyramid that I'm talking to you about, it's not first of all about usage. It's first of all about planting and having it. Now, I have a factory that has given me a demand for 20 tons of groundnut per day. That's their own usage alone. My own tonnage in a year is just growing a bit above that. Now, because for many other reasons, mechanization also, the production of kuli, I always tell people, I said, respect kuli when you see it. Why? Now, to produce a cookie takes you about 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? To produce kuli, right now, I need about an average of 6 hours to 5 hours to give you a complete cycle of kuli that you're just looking at like that. So when you see it, remove your hearts. It takes time invested and all those kind of things. All of that also is mechanization solution. Yeah. So we need to think outside the box. That's the first thing that I need us to do, right? It has happened already. Some of these things that we're talking about, you know, when the speaker was diving into some questions and she was responding to some of the questions that we raised, you see that she was telling us that, you see, for example, my brother that raised the issue about the rainy season for the drying process of groundnut. We sat down and researched and found out, okay, do we have a dryer that can give me a drying process? Yeah. You will be shocked that somebody in Mina, Niger State has produced that dryer. We just need to bring collaborations and raise solutions. And that's why I'm enjoying this kind of forum. Yeah. Right? It's making me feel like I'm not alone. I'm not thinking alone, right? Bambara not, I will come there. But it's a matter of, you know, like when I was talking earlier, I talked about we need chefs. We need food innovators. I have a 12-year-old girl in my house who just sits down and watch Food Network. And she's creating things. Do you know, she has a business. And what did she say? She said to her team members in the school and said, excuse me, I'm speaking to the young people that came from the school. I'm really excited about you being here. She's 12 years old. She's going to Kenya for a presentation. And what did she do? She said, excuse me, mommy, young people, we don't like to eat fruits. What can I do to make them love fruits? And she started watching channels and it was existing already. She found a 16-year-old girl in America that is already making the blues. And she sat down to me and said, mommy, my 10-year-old birthday, I need to bring the aunties and uncles together. I want to start my business. And she started. She makes your watermelon into popsicle. And so that is interesting to a young child and increase the consumption of watermelon. So the question you're raising, if I understand it, first of all, my pyramid will exist. Because if I have a factory that is going to consume about 100,000 tons of groundnut, and I have a sector of mechanized farmers who have been empowered and given the roadmap to farm in 4 months and give me the tonnage that I need, right? Am I not going to stack it in a storage for the number of months of usage? That's a pyramid. Do you understand me? So I'm not talking about a pyramid that sits in Kano and everybody's coming to visit. No, it's no longer that. I'm talking about in Oyo State. The day I came to Oyo State and I saw groundnut farmers, I was excited, right? Because it can happen. We just need to know the narratives. And I want to leave in this room one core major narrative, which is mechanization and technology. We have to adopt it. That is one thing that can increase our yield, that can increase our productivity, right? Bambara not, it just needs a bit more research. Maybe after this meeting, we can talk, look at what the nut is, look at the nutrients in it. That is what we are here for. Value chain, build it. Look at what my sister has done with coconut. I'm blown away. Look at what my brother has done with bitter leaf. I'm blown away. So that is just what more we need to do, and we get it done. So it's doable. My pyramids are coming, and they will exist.
I look forward to that day. Okay, somebody was asking online where exactly your factory is situated in Akufo. Where in Akufo?
The Oyo State Farm Settlement there is called Akufo Farm Settlement.
Okay.
So that is where we're located.
All right then.
On the website, the phone numbers are there, contact details are
for
there.
Direction. All right then. I'm sure the person.
Sorry, I need to say this. The factory is not a place for just visiting. This is food sector, but you can know where it is. And maybe at the reception area, you could be accommodated.
Okay, I'm sure the person is listening, whoever that is. It was an online question. So we're taking two last questions, yourself and the lady in pink. But hold on, please. Let him. You were going to ask a question earlier. Please go ahead.
My question was directed to Gaba.
Okay.
Yeah, so
no.
The idea here we were talking about having your own organic farm. And I was like, waiting 9 months for a compost system doesn't really, I wouldn't say it's palatable to the average household farmer. So what is the price for your compost material separately from the kit? That's the first question. And the second one is, are you open towards partnering with farms and establishments that can supply you manure and compost?
Thank you. Let me start with the last question. We're already doing that. Yes, and I mean, if you also, maybe if you're involved, I mean, we can talk. So, I mean, that also in a way answers the first question, 9 months. So, I mean, that started as an experiment. So we have partners too as well. So, however, the big picture is we're already in touch with some companies, in China. So there's something we are building at the moment. Of course, funds. We are trusting God for funds. So you compost in 24 hours. In 24 hours, yes. In 24 hours, So technology. I mean, Madam was talking about that. So that's actually the big picture for us. So we hope to get there soon.
Yeah, the second one is about the pricing separate from the GABA.
Okay, so for now, thank you for that. For now, we've not started selling separately. I mean, the compost manure, it comes with the kit, because the idea is for you to have all the basic items you need to grow your organic vegetable garden, yes, successfully. So it's actually an organic vegetable garden starter kit. So it is. So for now, but so we have an e-commerce now. So what we want to do, and I mean, maybe in some months' time, have each of the, because yesterday some people were requesting for some items separately, seed separately, compost manure separately. So we have that in mind. So we'll definitely do that. Thank you.
The second one is a comment, and it was because of Yakulikuli.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned technology as an avenue to achieving the granite pyramid, especially with the requirements or the request for the nuts. But here also, I wanted to mention the idea of data gathering. Like, for example, the demand. You need to know who is in need of those nuts. And also you need to know what communities can help you, grow them. So like she said, there's a lack of, so in that aspect, then there'll be a demand. I need to know if there are lands you can invest in. So that's one of the answers. Like, I just wanted to comment on it when he was talking about it. Now, the second one is
Ross.
Okay, sorry. So I wanted to ask that, what's the what's the value of investment if you're talking about like a bag of nuts currently? Like, how is it?
A bag of what?
Like
granuts.
Let's go
Current
to ton.
market
Let's
value
go to ton. Let's go to ton, because if I'm
You want
saying
us to go to tonnage?
Yes.
Okay, so an average 100 kg bag of granite presently goes for 92,000 naira market price, right? So that's part, what you said. I normally say to my team, and I still said it this morning, data is life. Data is life. It's very critical. As at current, what my organization is doing is to map out every region that can grow granules. We've mapped it out. We know what population is there. We know aggregate numbers of granite farmers that exist. We started a sample size last year with 50 farmers. They grew 566 kg per hectare, right? That's low in yield, right? And so one of the things I also came back with that research is that they are just on the primitive side of the farming. Even that size of land, how much of it can for example, for me, one of the greatest challenge that granite has is aflatoxins. And there's research that has been ongoing. There are solutions that have been preferred that when you even ask the farmer, is saying, what is that? You know, a training was just done recently for a group of farmers in close to Abuja, near Nasarawa. They're groundnut farmers and they have the land space. And we say, use ApplaSafe so that I can reduce the level of toxins in this groundnut. They're saying, how safe? Do you understand? So the technical area of training and data gathering it cannot be knocked off. So that's very critical and we're working on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. What I heard, 92,000 naira, groundnuts, kuli, respect it. End of story. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Uluwatu Biloba, and my question is to Danitex Fashion. Ma, you said your fashion business is now 30 years old, right? Now, I want to ask, what were the challenges you faced when you first started as an upcoming fashion designer? What were the challenges and how did you overcome those challenges to be as great as you are now? Thank you.
Thank you. When I started out, I can remember that I started with one machine and was even fairly used machine. And I remember the day I was going to the local market in Ibadan here to go and buy that machine. But that machine has given birth to more than 100 pieces. And it's a very long journey. But one of the things that I noticed is that most times we have skill, we don't understand the business side. 2010, I was making money. I couldn't capture it. I didn't know how to get customers. I didn't know how to structure the business. It was very tough. So what I did, I took a step to go to Lagos Business School. I went for entrepreneurship training, learned how to manage my business better, structure the business properly, capture the money going out and coming in. I opened an account properly for my business. I knew how to, those are some of the issues. The major issue people have in entrepreneurship is that they don't know how to structure the business. So you have the skill, you'll be running with the skill, but the business will not grow if you do not have the knowledge to run it. So immediately I was able to upgrade my knowledge base. Everything changed around the business. The growth started because I was putting everything in the right place, the round peg in the right hole, and I employed the right people to work with me. I had managers that were handling different aspects of the business. I was not the only one. Before you be the only one. You are the Lord and master of everything. Money comes in, you are the one. You just, you are mixing your business money with personal money. You don't have a separate account. Those are the issues that we have. So if you are still doing that, there is no way, even if you spend 30 years, that business can always grow. So you have to separate yourself from the business. You do things properly. You have a book, you have a record, you have all the certifications you need for your business. So that helps you to also attract funding, attract people that will support your business because they now know you are serious with your business. So the major thing I think entrepreneurs need to fix is the knowledge of how to run a business. And it cuts across every sector. It's not only fashion, everybody, whatever you are doing and you don't have a business knowledge of it, you have problems. So we keep learning. I take training on regular basis. This year, this is May, I've taken 4 trainings and entrepreneurship training to improve. Yes, because I drink training like I drink water, because that's the only way. Everything around us is evolving at the speed of light. So if you are not, reading, you are learning new things, you are going to be stuck. After a while, you can't think because you're not, yes. So you have to keep upgrading your knowledge base so that you can, you are competing globally. It's not a local, we are not competing locally anymore. The whole world is a global village. Everybody's connected here and there. So if you are not, like my sister has said, doing research, knowing what to do next, you'll be stuck. I'm in Ibadan, but this business is beyond Ibadan. I can't be stuck here or else that's the end of the business. It's 30 years, and if you're not going up, it's either you are going down. You can't stay in the middle. So for you to stay in the business, one thing I've seen as a challenge is ability to keep increasing your knowledge base, and that is self-development. You must invest in yourself consistently, because the more you do it, your mind expands, your head expands. You are thinking big. You are thinking beyond your local space. You want to take this business to another level. So those are the challenges I had, and the way I solve it is, and I still solve it, is to constantly, improve my knowledge base about my business, about every aspect. That does not mean I don't have issues still, because like my sister said, it's a continuous process. An entrepreneur can never stop having issues. We will always have one, but it's a challenge that we will face and continue to solve. As you solve it, you find out you move to the next level. As you solve it, you keep moving. And then when they are cutting out in your industry, cutting out the people that are making a difference, you will definitely be one of, out of the first percentage of people solving problems. So it's not only about the business, it's also about you developing. I always tell people you can never grow a business beyond your level. The business cannot grow beyond what you know. Everything you know about business stops at the level you know it. So to be able to expand the scope of your business, you are the factor for the growth of the business. If you don't know, then that's the end. The business stops where your knowledge stops. So you cannot stop. So that's my own challenge, and that's how I still solve it up to today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for her. In less than 5 minutes, she just motivated us. It's not all those aspire to perspire to acquire. There are challenges you have to, go beyond them. Thank you very much to all of our speakers. Thank you very much to all those that have asked questions as well. Announcement, please don't go. Announcement, there's Mr. Samson Ajayi or Ajayi Samson. Question is needed outside. Is there anybody by that name here? Ajayi Samson or Samson Ajayi? Okay, I take it that information is not meant for anybody here. The panelists, you'll come up here and you will take group photograph. I will join you because in my mind now, I now own a business. So all of us will take pictures together. And then the beauty of this kind of meetings or this kind of conferences or workshops, whatever name you want to call it, is that we can leverage on the opportunity of meeting the people that already have experiences and exchange contacts and learn from them. Young people, you're not too young to start a business. I can say that from personal experience. So you can start now. You can start now. Now is actually the time for you to start your own business. So you can walk up to them. They don't bite. They won't yell at you. They're very nice people. I've spoken with them and take their numbers. You can learn from them during your holidays as well. So please take advantage of this opportunity that you have here now.
Yeah, the refreshment. You say not call it lunch because
Okay, they said we should not call it lunch. Please, after the group photograph, you go for refreshments. So that when you clap, you have energy to clap.
Yes, I'd like to know whether you have taken some photos in this beautiful environment. If you have not done that, you have to do it when we close. This is an international conference in an international location, and it's always good that you keep the memory. We'll be reconvening in 2 minutes just to allow other people to join us. Thank you. We should play our music. I think I said we'll play this music yesterday. Tano. Oh, goodness.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, tungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, tungangishilana. Yaunami, aikolana, busoami, aukolana. Ilondoloze, tuhambenami. Yaunami, aikolana, busoami, aukolana. Ilondoloze, tuhambenami. Sumangishilana. Sumangishilana. Yaoyami. Aikolana. Musoami. Aukolana. Ilondolose. Yaoyami. Aikolana. Musoami. Aukolana. Ilondolose. Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilonolote, Uhambenami, Sumangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilonolote, Uhambenami, Sumangishilana, Yaoyami, Aikolana, Musoami, Aukolana, Ilondolose, Suhambenami. Jerusalem, Ikayalami, Ilondolose, Uhambenami, Sumangishilana, Jerusalem, Ikayalami.
Okay, you're welcome back from the refreshment and health break and photograph break. While we're on break, somebody walked up to me and said, can he have some few minutes to talk about his business? So he walked up to me and said he wants to talk about his business, biogas plants, building and all that. Just like about 20 minutes after, another lady walked up to me that she wants somebody who can build biogas plants. She just won a grant and she's looking for somebody. I say, what type of instant miracle is this one? So if you don't believe in miracles, it happens. So the person that told me about his knowledge about biogas, can you stand up? I want to do matchmaking now. And the person that told me that she needs somebody who wants to can help her to build a biogas plant to also stand up. Now, you are saying, you don't know how to they marry people in. So you can both go ahead and talk together. But don't forget my own commission. I'm the go-between. Yes, the accountant. You have to show your certificates. I know you are not an accountant by training. Okay, so we have.
Please, can we still have him to actually share with us at least if
Okay,
no matter,
please come out. Okay,
no
okay.
matter-
By popular
Thank
request.
you.
No, this is how things happen.
Thank you.
You know, I told you last year, just keep coming. Last year, we had the conference on robotics for sustainability study. I was just discussing generally, and I said, I'd like to propose. I didn't inform the man before. I just said, I'd like to propose that Professor Dakwa Folabi, whom we just invited to just as guest, to be the patron of the network we're just setting up. And somebody just said, chorus in the crowd, that no, that we should not make him patron, that we should make him grand patron. I was saying, patron, grand patron. Is that not higher? The person has not even accepted the one we say patron. You are now saying grand again. But thankfully he accepted, and now it's our grand patron. So when we come to meetings like this, just let your mind be open, okay? Discuss with people. That's why we give enough time for networking and not for lunch break. So I thought you were laughing. It's better to connect that to eat lunch because food will perish now, but these ideas will not perish. In 2 minutes, tell us what you can do.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Muftau Abdurrahman Adeshola. I'm a member of Youth in Sustainable Waste Eco Recycling Program on IITA Soil Air. So mainly what we do is we deal with waste, anything in form of waste, either a degradable or non-degradable materials. And our pilot survey was established on this soil, which is on the biogas plant we have at IITA staff. And that is what we've been used to generate biogas for cooking for our staff here. And also we consult for people outside. We have a project at our station, Fashola and Coast and School of Survey, etc. like that. So we turn our waste in order to support biocircular economy. And we are not limited to a particular aspect. We deal with all aspects, such as our mentioned biogas. We turn our biodegradable waste into organic fertilizers as well. Presently, we are working on an innovation called black soda fly in order to mitigate the risk on the risk on the production of aqua farming, because we realize that a lot of aqua farmers are facing challenges, mostly on their feeds, and we realize that black soda fly is very prominent in vitamin, mostly for fish farming and the bird farmers as well. So these are one of the concepts we are also working on, and we are open to collaboration from any angles. That's what we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Before you go, we said everybody at this conference is a member of the new network. It's not a new network, it's a research group of biocircular economy researcher, right? Are you on that platform?
No, sir.
Because after today, that's where we'll be communicating. If you have business proposal, if you have any ideas, just put it in the chat room. Somebody will pick up the information and all that. So if you are not on that WhatsApp platform, can you raise your hand now? Only, okay. Sorry, have you been seeing this? Just scan it. But if you don't have a scanner, just scan that barcode. If you don't have, you cannot scan it, maybe you don't have not informed, install the app. Just put out your name with Femi or Okpe, Oriofe. Three of them. Can you stand up? Let them just put down their name, WhatsApp number, so that we'll add them later. So do that now before you go. But if you leave here without doing that, I want to say your blood is not my name. I'm not responsible again. Yes, thank you. But otherwise, give us your number now, at least so that we all have your number. 080.
Okay, 070
070
62
62
70
70
72
72
48.
48. Your name again?
Abdurrahman, Muftau Abdurrahman.
Abdurrahman.
Muftau.
Muftau.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. A round of applause for him.
And for any other inquiries, you can send us an email on the IITA-Y-SWEP@cgiar.org.
Okay, we have your number. We can shut you up and say other things. I think WhatsApp is
IITA dash Y dash SWEP. Yes. Dash Y dash SWEP.
Why?
No, the answer is not that. Dash. Dash Y dash SWEP at CGIAR.org. Yes.
The dash is hyphen, not underscore.
It's hyphen, yeah.
Can you see that?
I see that.
Dash, not hyphen, but dash. But again, by the time we add you to the platform, you introduce yourself again on the platform.
No problem,
Yes,
sir.
we did it. A round of applause for him again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You see, if you don't believe in miracles, at least you have seen one today. So we have 3 things to do before we leave. So you advise me on how to go about it. We want to announce the host of the next conference, the next Circularity Africa conference, the 5th edition. That's one. We invited the governor, but the governor is very busy. So he has asked his special advisor on agriculture to join us online. I'm trying to check anytime I cite him online, then he will make his presentation. Actually, we told him 3 p.m., okay? So when we start now, by the time he shows up, we'll break for 15, 20 minutes, then we'll continue again. The third thing we want to do is that we have awards for some distinguished organizations and personalities. We will not give you the type of award they have won yet, but we'll ask all of them to make presentation. 4 of them are in the room already, but the 5th person is from Ghana. So I will prompt him to join at some point. So Professor Ladokun is looking at me. Can I see Professor Moreni? Okay. Yes. Yes, thank you very much, man. So since Professor Ladokun is looking at me like that, we will start with, may I invite the people from Professor Ladokun? Can you come forward, please? A round of applause for her. Oh, very well, our next host. Okay. So the Leeds City University, Ibadan, will be hosting the next the next Circularity Africa conference. So, Prof, maybe you want to introduce your team, then I will share this screen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lawale. Good afternoon, everyone. We're glad to be here. I was here yesterday at the opening ceremony. I have with me the head of computer science, Dr. Wilson Sapere. Please join me on the podium. The head of civil engineering department, Engineer Kolade. I have here also the head of physiotherapy department, Dr. Fade Adepoju. I have Dr. Ogunlaja, he's the head of the chemistry unit. I have Mrs. Sarah Oni. Wow. Chemistry unit. Exactly. Now I have also here a biostatistician, Mr. Tunji Akoni. So we're glad to be here, and like he announced, we'll be hosting the 5th Circularity Africa Conference next year by God's grace at Leeds City University. So I want to warmly welcome you all to our beautiful campus. I'm sure it will be the first time for many of you to view and to be on campus. Most people think it's just 1 or 2 buildings with white walls and blue roof. Yes, where they're coming from Lagos and entering Ibadan. But I want to assure you that it's more than that. So you're welcome. And I'm looking forward to see each and every one of you next year, God willing, and even more. So please come with all your innovations. I was even chatting with a colleague. I said, next year, I want to see your products on exhibition. So we are glad to host you. And please feel free
get in touch with him, and we want to warmly welcome you in advance. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted, Prof, before you go, I wanted to tell them the date, so they can see it on the screen. The dates, so save the date. It will be May 6 to 10, 2024, by God's grace. And again, it will be hybrid, but we want more people to be on site. So, and the theme is Advanced Environmentally Sound Management of Chemicals and Waste in Africa. So that would
we have chemists here.
Yeah, I guess that's what that informed the number of the different people. But one thing that is also, maybe you cannot hear me.
Okay.
One thing that's also interesting about Lee City University, I just asked her yesterday if she can come with some other people. You know, as a leader, you are not a leader if you don't have people you are leading, all right? So I believe that even when you say you are a leader, there should be some people that you can say, oh, these are my people. So I said, can you invite some people? And then despite the fact that they have some challenges with transportation, you say, we are having challenges with transportation, but we will still come. I mean, that encourages me. And thank you so much, Prof, for doing this for us. A round of applause for Prof and the team. We look forward to see you organizing a better conference for us. For our team, when we are planning this conference, we said, what do we want to do differently? We promise ourselves we want to make it bigger, better, and more impact. So I think you can attest to the fact that for those of you who were around last year, and if you are not around, you will see the photograph and the program booklet. You know, the people here this time around are more than those who were there the last time. That's the first thing. We also want to make it better. Okay? We say, how can we make it better? We want to create an international aura around the conference. So we said the best place to be is IITA, where you enjoy the facilities. I know you are accessing the internet freely, okay? Because we paid for it. So if you are not accessing internet, we are paid for it. Don't let us lose in that area. Okay. So IITA guest is the internet, is the Wi-Fi you can use at least for the next 2 hours that you'll still be here. We also said we want to make more impact. By that, we said for the first time, we create a session for exhibition. And you see today, the exhibitors are the ones that have been talking and showing us what they can do. Because of what I want to do. When I was taking up the job as a researcher lecturer, I said, what will I be doing differently? Is it just to sit in classroom, teach, become a professor, retire, and just go? I mean, we don't impact. We talk about community service, but how many people can say this the impact of the society? So we want to be different, and that's why we have this initiative that is driving that progress. So thank you very much, and we welcome you to Lee City University come May 2024, by God's grace. The next thing we want to do, I will now call on the awardees to please come close. One of them is already here. I mean, 2 of them are already in front. If you know you are awardees, you have been communicated. So just come to the front here. I don't want to mention the name yet. You have your presentations here. So I'll come up now. So I'll just check the presentation list and we'll go by that order. Okay, we have Dr. Okweyemi Amusan, we have Koliko Ware, we have Plug in Nigeria, we have Professor Ezimoye and Go Planet Health. Can you please put your hands together for them? Please come here, man. So this first you, as it were. So the first person that will be making presentation is Dr. Okweyemi Amusan. He will be telling us his contribution to circular economy. We will now know whether he deserves the honor or not. You're welcome.
Yes.
You can just use this. Okay.
Yeah. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being at this Circularity Africa. So I want to talk about my contribution so far to circular economy in Africa. So actually there is a clip there. Maybe because of time, I may not be able to play it because it will take some time. And like we have been discussing, circular economy talks about the use, the internship between recycling, the use, and the production. So actually my journey into circular economy started in 1995 as a young engineer. I was employed at AG Leventis, the vehicle production yard in Monia here. So it was so, I was so happy when this offer also came that I'm coming back home. So we had a challenge there, a lot of iron metals that are wasted, and it's causing nuisance and problem. So as a young engineer, I just walked up to the production manager then. I told him there is something I can do with it. We are short of office spaces. So people who are just cutting in the sun, because there are a lot of, we are almost about 5,000 people working there. So we are short of office spaces, workshop. So I have to join. That's why I put my engineering, all the things I learned in the school to practice. I remember every night when I come back home, my parents would be saying, "What is that? You want to?" Almost half of this, you know, it's a lot of work. So, but by the grace of God, I was able to do it. And NTA Ibadan documented it as one of the best projects of the year. So, and that has also motivated me and also helped me to learn more about how I can harness these opportunities in circular economy. So my research, I will be able to do 5 degrees, postgraduate degrees abroad. So I'm a member of over 15 chartered membership professional bodies globally. So I've attended over 25 international and regional certified academic and professional trainings. Then I have 5 fellow certifications. All this confirms my contribution both at the local and global levels. So since I also wear the caps of academics and industry experts, so I want to talk about my impacts in these 2 sectors. If you look at it, something you discover we have been talking about linear, how we can move from the resource intensive linear economy to a more close circular that can add value to the whole of the chain. And that comes by research. It comes by the interplay of the industry and also ability to be able to bring this research and the industry and bring it into something that can be translated to policy that can change the world and make us attain this sustainable development goal. So let me talk about my industry expert contribution. So I act as professional advisor to both private and public sectors a lot of companies. I sit on their board of directors, and some of them I even share some of them. I'm a consultant to Ghana Energy Commission, and we are able to build 10 megawatts of electricity connected directly to the national grid from waste, bio waste. So, and organic waste too. So I also am also an expert in the United Nations Volunteer, UNV. I also support GIZ, AHK, Association of Waste Manager of Nigeria. I'm a consultant to them. LOMA, I remember last year I was able to lead the delegation of the Nigerians to the biggest waste circular economy trade fair in the world in Germany, in Munich. And it was so interesting. So if you look at the technology, you discover that a lot of things we do from combustion to gasification to pyrolysis. This is just ability to be able to minimize the amount of oxygen you apply to the system. And like the person that also came, we talk about the biochemical and the digestion aspect of it. Now, I also represent multinationals in Africa and lead their circular economy and renewable energy sustainability initiative in all Africa countries to date. So, like I also said, I've led some people to IFAT, they call it IFAT, world largest circular economy trade fair in conjunction with UNIDO, GIZ and AHK. So I was the pioneer country manager West Africa for Bosch. I actually set up the company in West Africa. So that's why they made me the pioneer. So I developed the African strategy and also introduced climate smart packaging technology to expand the African market. So I pioneered the first Africa Energy Center for General Electric 2025. That was what even brought me back to Africa. I was based in Europe, and I was able to do it and train the people and move on. So then I also have something that is like my pet project now. I call it Sustainable Academy for Youth in Circular Economy. So that in 3 months, we can train people in a new field and help them set up a micro, small, and medium enterprises so that they can also employ people and also solve this unemployment of the youth. So it's one of my pet projects I'm doing, and a lot of other training there. Then let me quickly move to the research. I hope you are also looking at the picture beside so that you know I don't have time to, because of the time they give me. So I'm a principal investigator at Development Impact West Africa, and this Center for Effective Global Action that is based in the US, but they work in Africa. So this body promotes circular economic through evidence-based impact evaluation research and to assist us in effective policy making in Africa. So I'm a research fellow also at the University of Ghana Business School, the Department of Public Administration and Health Services Management. I'm a researcher also at Center for Petroleum, Energy Economics and Law, University of Ibadan. And I research in circular economy and energy economics. So I have over 15 publications in circular economy. I was awarded Certified Africa Innovator by European Union in 2019. I have also awarded by the Association of Waste Manager of Nigeria. My paper was the best. Then I was awarded the Emerging Future Leader by GIZ 11 years ago. CP Ansel German conference that was held at the Premier Hotel in 2018. I also received an award there. So to date, I've attended, presented at over 20 conferences globally. So then I've written a book. I didn't put it here. I also contributed chapters and executive summary to United Nations volunteer publications on waste management. And I also supported the waste management plan for Cameroon. So I've introduced circular economic into the federal government. There is something they call energizing education. So I'm trying to see how we can also put, because they focus more on the solar energy. So I am the one that is introducing waste to energy. So you can turn the waste in the campus to electricity, since we have a lot of waste and we are short. So that's it. You can see some of the projects I'm doing. The one in Ghana is shown here. This one. So that is one of the director of the Energy Commission that we are there together. And some of the researches, you can see that I go to the field, and all these things are addressed at achieving realization of the Sustainable Development Goal. So the result has been a global impact that cuts across food security, health, increased income, clean environment, even energy security. And in conclusion, I want to appreciate the Images Initiative Board of Trustee and all that voted and recommended me for this award. And I want to tell you that this award will motivate me to do more in my ardent quest of promoting circular economy in Africa. So I summarize it. I like people to remember what I'm saying. So I call, once you remember Recipe D, you remember my parting word, the outlook I'm going to run with this award. Number one, I will increase my effort in reducing process waste, encouraging recycling, developing market for recycled materials, investing more in infrastructure, promoting reuse, optimizing life cycle through alternative consumption, and design better product and improve collection. So I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Engineer Dr. Amusan. You know, one thing that is interesting about Images Award is that we don't want to know the recipients. And okay, there's somebody in the room who received an award last year, and he told us that that award has given him leverage to better things. The same way, I'm meeting Dr. Amusan for the first time today. We never met before. We're meeting for the first time today. No, I'll be looking at the photo. You know, I ask people to send photos, and I say, this must be the man. This must be the man. So later I went to meet him and say, are you the one? And he said, yes. So that's the way we want to be. We want to be unbiased and whatever we do. And we really want to be sure that the person that wins an award is always already deserving of the award. So it's a well-deserved award. So if you want to send him a card after now, tell him, congratulations on your well-deserved award, something like that. Without much ado, I want to invite this next person on the list. Poliko Ware is from Ghana. I'm not sure he's online now. Is he online? His name is Peter Anozie something. Anybody by that name? Otherwise, we can move to the next one. Yes. We can move to Plugin Nigeria. Plugin Nigeria, I'm also meeting them for the first time today. Everybody, first time today. Yes, thank you. ICT, can you help us to share? You introduce yourself when you come. A lot of applause.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Adib. Okay. No.
Those online now.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice one. Okay. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I'm Adib Sibalikis Musrayo, representing Plug-in Nigerian Club. Plug-in Nigeria started just like any NGO in the campus of Obafemi Awolowo University with just 17 pluggers. But what set them apart was the sheer will to see an environment that is cleaner and more sustainable. Our vision is to see people in clean communities, and our mission is to promote a culture of sustainable waste handling and physical fitness, whereby our mantra goes that, come on pluggers, we keep it to keep clean. And so far, we've been able to run these with various initiatives, which include the plug-in episode, Green Switch Academy, end of year campaigns, and eco-literacy on our social media handles. Our plug-in episode, we started with 17 volunteers, but now we can vouch that we've had 1,300 pluggers around 26 campuses all over Nigeria and 4 local communities. We've been able to organize 396 plug-in episodes, cover this distance of about 600 kilometers in 600 hours, and recovered more than 15,000 bags of recyclables. Through our plugs, we created awareness and modeled the need for clean spaces to students and people who are engaged. We believe that students and youths alike should be models for others to emulate. The Green Switch Academy, we felt plug-in episode is never enough. That's why we need to reach the world better. So we organized a monthly academy for everyone alike, not just you this time around. Anybody interested in sustainable environmental sustainability. It's a 7-day program where people are being taken through different aspects of environmental sustainability, which includes taking them through upcycling, taking them through the environmental laws, taking them through climate change talks, and organizing debates, sustainable debates, where they come together to discuss on the way forward, while also infusing whatever is going on at that moment. More or less, like there is an issue going on in town, probably there is COVID. We try to tailor the academy to whatever is going on at that moment and discuss various topics on it. Then we felt that was not enough still. We started a 14-day end of year campaign. We know the festive season is usually filled with merriments where everybody just wants to spend. We felt if we keep spending, there is no caution. The end will be very disastrous. We started with the end bunny of tires, then down to red lights, green lights, then the green cards. And these analytics show the amount of people who've been able to reach in about 3 to 4 years. We started the program. Then eco-literacy on our social media handles. We've been able to reach people from various aspects of the world, from UK, United States, and every part of Nigeria with our blogs, teaching people on ways they can undo things sustainably. we have always believed that there is no planet B, but there will be problem if we that are enjoying their planet Earth are not investing in our planet. If we don't invest in our planet, is it the alien that will invest in them when we cease to exist? Thank you.
Another round of applause for Plug-in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Ma, for what you do, and what you do has exposed you, and now you are being rewarded for it. Thank you. The next presentation will be coming from Ghana. I told you this is Continental Award. We call for applications, and people around the continent submitted application, and one of them is from Ghana, and fortunate to be recommended for this award. Peter, are you there? Koliko, where?
I'm there.
Oh, you're there. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Greetings from Ghana.
All right. Yes, Nigeria, Ghana. Do you want me to share your screen on your behalf, or you can do it from your end?
I think you have to share it on my behalf. Actually, I was traveling to Accra, so I just parked my car, so you can share it. I've parked.
So where are you now?
I've parked my car. I'm on my way. I was traveling, but I've parked, so you can share it.
I said, where are you traveling from?
I'm traveling from Takoradi in the western part of Ghana, western region, the oil city.
I just wanted the people to know some areas in Ghana. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, so Koliko actually is in Takoradi western region. And western region is where the oil and the gold of all the natural resources.
What I did was I partnered with him so that we could together help bring him back.
I will start from the beginning again.
6 years later.
Okay, we roll now.
Takoradi in southern Ghana is what locals call the oil city. For ex-banker Peter Kweku Anoe, it's a place of opportunity.
I was working in a bank, and I came on a holiday to see my family in Takoradi, and I chanced on an old school mate who is into shoemaking, whose company was folding up. So what I did was I partnered with him so that we could together help bring him back to business.
6 years later, Peter and his friends' social enterprise, Colix Venture, has established a successful shoe brand called Koliko Wear.
Our favorite design that really hits the market is our Koliko Chelsea boots. And this one is made out of waste woolen fabric. The inside too is woolen. The base or the sole is made out of car tie. That makes it more durable for people to use.
In fact, all of Peter's shoes are made from recycled materials. Around 15 million used garments are exported to Ghana every week, and much ends up in landfills.
Most of us don't even think about textiles waste, the harmful they cause to human race and our environment in general. We are always unsure, so we are more particular about this rubber, this plastic waste. But textile waste too is very harmful, and they take no less than 200 years for them to decompose, which causes great harm to the environment. So Koliko Wear decided to use waste materials or recycled materials so that we can help the environment to be saved by also contributing to the recycling sector.
Peter sources recycled jute sacks and cloth from the local market and secondhand shops.
That's one of the shops I pick my raw materials from in the manufacturing of our shoes. These are imported to Africa, and they are all waste materials. And we use these materials in a way of protecting the environment and also giving financial assistance to the supplier.
Peter says it takes 3 hours to make a shoe from start to finish.
Depending on the design you want to do, you mark it on the material or the fabric that you intend using in making the footwear. From there, you go to the gluing side. That's the next stage. You glue both the outer side and the inner side together. then you take it to the sewing station.
His company currently employs 5 locals, including a couple of apprentices, to produce an average of 50 pairs of shoes every month.
So there's a saying that if you want a nation to be empowered economically, they are supposed to employ the youth, because the youth have the energy, the youth have the strength. So Koliko thought it twice that why don't we engage the youth, train them, give them skill, then also empower them economically. So that's the more reason why Koliko works with the youth. What I would tell all the young designers is we should be more innovative. And also whatever we are doing, we should think about environmental protection, because if we destroy the earth, our next generation wouldn't have anything called the earth. So whatever we are doing, we should think green, we should think about circular economy.
Sustainability is at the heart of Colleagues Ventures and a growing number of projects on the continent, as architects and designers turn to local materials to solve local problems.
Yes, a round of applause for Peter. Yes, Peter, thank you for this presentation, but do you want to say something? Maybe apart from what we already said.
Circularity in southern Ghana is what locals call.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity given. And even shortlisting Colleagues Ventures into this August Awards. We are very grateful, and we want everybody, we want the whole world to always rally behind circular economy business, especially the young startups, because we are the future of the world. You know, right now, if we are not able to manage the little resources we have, the whole world will go bad, and we don't know what we would have for our next generation. So I thank you and all the organizers too. I wish you well, and I hope that we'll keep on supporting young economy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much again, Peter, and your colleagues. We know this is a partnership venture. Unfortunately, the person that received this award last year is here, because one of the things we tell them, we don't ask, no, are you familiar with some award? They will say, pay 150,000. I receive that almost all the time. We have nominated you for this, pay to this account and come. You know, 419 people. This is the only award I'm familiar with, because I'm the one in charge, that we don't want to know the people involved. And just ask people, and even it's worse that we say you cannot nominate yourself. So if you nominate yourself, you are disqualified automatically. So it's one way that I want to be put in place to check what people can do to manipulate this process. And as I was saying, the person that won this award last year is here, and it will be the one to hand over to you. All right. Maybe while he's doing that, he will say something about his own experience. So the name of his company is Tamela Food and Tea. Can you come up there? Let's clap for him. So this award is being received on your behalf by him and to be presented to you. Let me do it symbolically. Can somebody volunteer to receive this award on behalf of Peter? Anybody? A male, preferably. Yeah, because it's a man. Okay, just come up. So he will say something about his own experience last year. Maybe now he's now a grandpa. Or a father, no, maybe a father, not a grandpa. Yes, by next year will be a grandpa in this case. So go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Peter. Greeting you from Nigeria. And I will tell you Akwaba.
Thank you.
My last time in Ghana, I was at the Accra airport, and there's almost no difference between your airport and Atlanta airport.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you see whites now taking pictures in Accra airport. It's so lovely. So I'm so happy that you are a recipient, and we have a lot of things in common. My honeymoon was done in Ghana, and we're using local resources to solve local problems, and we're aiming for international presence. The same thing is what you're doing, local resources, solving local problem, and your footwear, Koliko wear is going international. We are circular in our thoughts. Circular economy is what we breathe. before we generate waste, we've thought of what are we going to do with the waste and stuff like that. So for the award, when we won it last year, we were happy. I said it the other time, it was the first recognition we got. It's like you're just putting us on a Rolls-Royce engine and we just started running. We increased our capacity. We recruited more people. We're trying to expand our production line. And above all, we secured our NAFDAC license and everything. Everything was just coming in at the same time for us. In fact, something happened sometimes last year. I look at the roof of the entire factory. I said, let's remove it again. We're an international award person that, and we put it in our social media handles, our websites and the likes of them. So Mr. Peter, I'm excited to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Another feat for you to achieve higher and higher and higher in life by God's grace. I'm happy that I saw that CNN had already done a documentary for you. We hope you will do documentary on your success by God's grace. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So on your behalf.
Frank, come.
Yes, thank you for receiving it on his behalf too. Yes. Peter, we need to find a way to get it to Ghana, right?
So how do I get my award? I'm already excited.
You are not satisfied with the photo and the handshakes, right?
Yeah, I wish I was behind or I was present.
Oh, no, don't worry. We'll try to get it across to you. But the responsibility to you now is that since your successor has handed over to you, you need to be in Nigeria next year to hand over to another person, right?
That's good.
We don't know where the person will come from, whether from any other part of the continent or Nigeria. So again, thank you very much. We'll discuss later on how to get your award. I mean, the plaque.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your trip and say to people.
Aye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You may leave if you want.
I'm leaving.
Yes, please. The next is Professor Ezimai. We have people from the university. He's the Vice Chancellor of Igbinedion University. I know they will say it when it comes. You start coming. I've also never met this person before. Let me say this. Apart from Dr. Amushon, this is the second overwhelming nomination that we had. And the first, after the people that contacted us or nominated, I sent the mail, the person didn't reply. So I now went to all the people that nominated. This person didn't reply. I now copy everybody. Please get all the details of this person. And one of them just replied almost a few minutes from that time, and it's been amazing. So to do this today is a distinguished person, but she will introduce herself. I don't want to introduce her. She will do the introduction herself. ICT, can you help us, please? Yes, come in. ICT, can you help us, please? Or maybe I can do it, I don't know. This picture needs to come up. Or it's hiding by this corner. Can you help us? Yes. No, that's the one we sent. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I will not be long here because I know that somehow we are all tired. If you are not, I am. I want to thank the organizers of this program for having us here. I am Professor Odejimi Deborah. I am a professor of finance and economic development from Igbinedion University, Okada. Here with me is Dr. Erifeta Georgina. She's an associate professor of biochemistry. She is the one that really understands all of these things on circular economy. I understand the the money aspect. If you ask me about circular economy, I'll tell you how Nigeria produced the first, when we had the change in the Naira note, we withdrew the old one, and later we went back to the old one. So I do have we are recycled. So thank you so much. I'm here representing my Vice Chancellor, Professor Ikechukwu Izimoye. He's not here because he's in Abuja and he's very busy, but he felt I could come here to represent him, and that is why I'm here. I will give, like I said, I'm a professor of finance. I will not be able to give detailed, lecture on what he has done, but I'll read his profile, which I've been given. It's a little bit long. If we are to read everything that Professor Izimoye has done, it will take us a whole day. So somehow we just picked some aspects. And those little things we picked out is about 3 pages. We have about 3 pages. So I'll just run through the pages. And I plead that you just be patient as I do that. Thank you. Professor Izimoye Lawrence is a professor of ecotoxicology and environmental forensics with over 40 years experience in research and teaching. He is the Vice Chancellor of the Igbinedion University, Okada, and a visiting professor to Lancaster University, UK. He has served as Deputy Vice Chancellor at the University of Benin under 2 separate Vice Chancellors. Professor Izimoye has served as member, Governing Council, College of Education, now Tayo Akpata University. He's a member of the Governing Council, University of Benin. He also served as chairman and coordinator for the Center for Global Eco-Innovation, University of Benin, in partnership with Lancaster University, UK. Professor Izimoye also was the pioneer federal director of the National Center for Energy and Environment of the Energy Center Commission of Nigeria. Professor Izimoye is a distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science, FAS, Nigerian Environmental Society, is a fellow of the Solar Energy Society of Nigeria, fellow of the West African Society of Toxicology, is also the immediate past national president of the Nigerian Environmental Society. Equally, is also a board member of the World Energy Council. Is a member of the African Scientific Research and Innovation. Professor Izimoye is a member of the Federal Government of Nigeria Technical Working Groups for the development of the Agenda 2050 and the Medium-Term National Development Plan for 2021 to 2025. And as a coordinator of the Environment, Social, Regional, and Development and Disaster Management following his appointment by the federal government of Nigeria. As one of the foremost ecotoxicologists in Nigeria, his research interest spans across environmental toxicology and forensics, heavy metal pollutions, ecological risk assessment, biomarkers, endocrine disruption mechanism, chemical, pesticide, fish and amphibian toxicology. He has presented over 200 scientific papers at national and international fora. He has chaired sessions. He has also served as keynote speakers, over 100 conferences, seminars, and workshops with over 150 scientific publications, and he has supervised and examined numerous undergraduate and postgraduate students. Professor Izimoye is a recipient of the Next Ford Foundation Research Award, World Bank sponsored Population Research Fund Project recipient, also the UNDP sponsored Project Awardee, NUC Research Grant Awardee, Society for Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry Spotlight Award, IPED/UNEDO 2006 award, and also the International Persistent Organic Pollutants Elimination Project awardee. Interestingly, Professor Zemoye's research team was awarded the ECOWAS Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, and ECOWAS Renewable Energy Facility and Project Award. In 2018, he was made the champion to popularize the African Union Network of Science by the African Union. Professor Ezemoye is also a recipient of the Japanese Society for Promotion of Science for the International Toxicology Symposium in Africa from 2012 to 2017. Professor Ezemoye is also the principal investigator for the Mega Recirculate Safe Water Circular Economy Project, funded by the Research Council of the United Kingdom and under the Global Challenge Research Fund in partnership with the University of Lancaster, UK, from 2017 to 2020. He is also a co-investigator in the British Council-funded Innovation for Africa University Network, also a co-investigator in Innovate, funded Energy Catalyst Project, EcoSmart. Professor Ezemoye is also a co-investigator and the Nigerian lead of Actuate, translated into the UK Research Project grant by GCRF. Between 2019 and 2022 to date, Professor Ezemoye has received several grants from Global Challenges Research Funds under the QR Grant Scheme and QR Policy Support Fund. Professor Ezemoye has also been involved in several consultancy services for state and federal government of Nigeria and international bodies currently. He's also consulting for Edo State government on feasibility study on Edo State waste management infrastructure to drive private sector initiative. He has also carried out several technical reports writings as scholar and ardent researcher on several national and international research projects, and has chaired several high committees at both local and international levels. He is currently one of Nigeria's representatives on the World Energy Council, UK. And I'm trying to join. He's also a former national focal point with African Energy Commission, member of Nigerian delegates or delegation to the 21st World Energy Congress in Montreal, Canada. He has been to Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, etc., representing Nigeria as member of a delegation on the World Energy Congress. Professor Ezemoye has been decorated with over 50 awards and recognitions ranging from fellowships, awards of excellence, prestigious leadership awards, awards of honor, certificates of appreciation, meritorious awards, distinguished alumni awards, peace awards from institutions, associations, societies, and communities. Professor Ezemoye is married to Professor Mrs. Nkiru Ezemoye, who is a professor of water resources and hydrology, and are blessed with children. Sorry, this is his field. If I'm talking my field, I was just trying to cut because, like I said, it's a long one. But I want to thank you all. You can see that Professor Ezemoye has always been about the environment. When you come to Ibadan University Okada, what you see is our greenery, because he has now made all of us. You know, initially, before he came, we just gather our debt and we burn grasses. When the grasses are grown, we burn just to, it saves you time from calling people to come and do the clearing. But when he came, he forbade us from doing that. You cannot be burning anything in the university ground. Both in the hostel area, what we do when you enter Benjamin University, you just see the green environment. That is what he has inculcated in us. So now when I see somebody burning grass or burning tree or whatever, I feel bad because I know if my VC sees you, you know what is there. So I want to thank you all for listening. And
I guess one of the things that made people to nominate Professor Ezimoye is that for this award is that the campus is green and they think that it can be the green ambassador. Okay, so that's interesting. The last but not the least is, what is it about this whole planet? Okay, let's hear you. Whole planet, can you come now? And tell us something. Oh, stop sharing. No, ICT, are you still here? No. Yeah. Okay, sorry, let's do this quickly. I have a quiz. Do you remember the name of the keynote speaker of yesterday? Who can tell me the name? Raise up your hand. Pardon? Dr. Victor Mayon, okay, Emeritus Director, East Africa Region of IT. To receive the award, because it's in DRC now, and we are giving this award to Mrs. Kemi Olaobaju to deliver the award to Professor Mayon. This award is for his presentation as keynote speaker at the 4th Circularity Africa Conference 2023. Please do help us to deliver it. No photographer. Okay, but we are recording, so you will see this too. Thank you very much, man. Yeah. You want to say something? Yes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your stay at IITA. I just came here yesterday to look at how things were going. Well, I can't say much, but I wish you well. And I hope that you gain one or two things from the conference, and we hope to see more of you. Thank you very much.
I thought we have overcome the unreasonable habits of train trash on waterways. Not until last week, when I was scrolling through my Facebook page and someone said, the best way she disposes our baby's diaper is through, trashing on, when it's raining, trashing on water channels. My name is Adibukola Margaret Adekola, and I'm a co-founder of All Planet Initiative. Why All Planet Initiative in the first place? It is not that we humans, we are so wicked to hurt the environment, but just that we are not just informed on how best to manage our environment. And how do we manage our environment better? We need to be informed and equipped with necessary information that will make us to relate with our environment sustainably. And that's better the idea of All Planet Initiative, getting people informed of the pros and cons of their actions. Sorry, I have a short clip here.
Why you want budgeting for water? They don't want it now. You know, they hear what? Yeah, as they form, if they cause catastrophe, them go down. If you find now, what people carry and go down? It go block drainage. This one where they come from this place, and the one where they come from that place. Everybody come, they put dirty here. It go block them. It go block drainage. After drainage block, it go contaminate the water where people they drink for down. Not the only that, if this thing block back, it go cause flooding. Not the only those people who dey down, the flood go affect. It go affect you, it go affect you, it go affect everybody. As this thing dey back, if they contaminate ocean, when you say the fish when we dey chop, all of them they pollute them. And then they pollute, it they affect us. Now so many people they visit hospital. If they cause food poisoning, if they cause joblessness. As this thing dey, the only solution be say, no, they pour dirty for gutter. After they tell you, no, now go tell somebody, say you no good, say they pour dirty for gutter.
Thank you very much. That's a clip from All Planet Initiative. We have it in different languages. So also we have similar projects on other unsustainable habits of we humans on the environment. Of course, we believe that collectively we can manage the environment. If someone is managing it and another person is polluting it, we are not going anywhere, and there's no planet B that will put to after destroying this planet. And what is our vision at All Planet Initiative? We want to rescue the planet from injury, saving lives and properties of all that exists. And we have our missions to. And what do we do? How do we achieve this goal of rescuing the planet, saving lives? We carry out research and advocacy. We manage hazards. We empower, we manage waste, we build people's capacity, and we also render consultancy service. And of course, you remember Robert Swan that says, the greatest threat to our planet Earth is the belief that someone else will save it. We are the inhabitants of the planet, and it is expected of us to manage it sustainably. Okay. Not to bore us with much stories because of our time, in these few years of our existence, we have been able to raise advocacy in communities and cities via comedy skits, voice over, and community outreaches. We carry out Catch Them Young from at schools, particularly secondary schools. And you remember it says that when you teach your children the way they should follow, when they grow up, they will not desist from it. Most of the unsustainable habits of we older generations of today is because we were not informed while growing up. So taking these children up in the best way to manage the environment is a good way to protect our environment. Sorry. And of course, too, the food insecurity crisis that is ravaging the globe is a resultant effect of the way we have managed our environment in the past years. You will agree with me that the last couple of weeks have been so tough for farmers. Their farm produce have dried up. And in fact, a novice was, let me not say a novice, an old woman was saying yesterday in the market that she is afraid of what next year and upper year has for we humans because of the drought that we experienced in this last 2-3 weeks. And how do we overcome this food insecurity? Is by individual venturing into urban gardening, that's home gardening. The little we can little we can cultivate in our various homes, in vegetable, in fruit and herb, we can do so that we reduce the dependency on the commercial production outside there. And by so doing, we will reduce food insecurity to a bearable minimum. Thank you very much. Sorry, before I go, I want to leave up with the quote of Albert Einstein, who says, Those who have the privilege to have the right, those who have the privilege to know have the right to act. If you do something, I do something, and other outside there to act, together we will have a silver planet for all. Thank you very much.
If you want to clap, please clap very well. Yeah, I assure you us that will be leaving in a couple of minutes. I like this quote. Those who have the privilege to know have the right to act. Many of us who go to the university, we acquire knowledge. So that's a privilege, but we don't act on this information. I'm sure you are making up your mind from today to act on the things you have acquired. Okay, so now the next phase is to call on this deserving recipients to receive their award. I will invite I'll invite some people to give the awards. I'm not the one who will do the awards. Let me first of all invite Professor Olajumoke Moreni KG to come forward, please. A round of applause. Professor Moreni KG will give us, just tell 1 minute, introduce yourself. I don't want to introduce her, but she's amazing. We met for the first time on Tuesday, and since then, I don't want to leave her alone. That's why I invited her today. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Laide, for the good works you're doing. We had the program from this fantastic initiative in Koladaisi University. That was Tuesday, and it was really fantastic. We were dealing with robotics and artificial intelligence. Thank you very much for your collaboration and for the good works you are doing. I am Olajumoke Moreni KG. I am from the Department of Zoology. That's why I'm so excited about environment issues this afternoon, because I'm very interested in the environment. Department of Zoology, University of Ibadan. But currently I'm on leave at the Koladaisi University, where I'm the Dean, Faculty of Applied Sciences. I'm also chair, Pangolin Conservation Guild, because everybody knows about the pangolin and me. So when they see me, they call me Pangolin. So I don't know how to differentiate, to slice that away from who I am. So that's why I'm so excited about the environment people, absolutely amazing people doing fantastic things for the environment. It's part of sustainability. There's nothing we can do if we don't protect our environment. One day we will wake up and we also go extinct if we refuse to protect our environment and watch all animals go extinct and watch everything get degraded. One day, even if the Bible or the Quran does not say the world will end, humans will end it. So, there's a need for us to rise up and do something to protect the environment, each and every one of us. Thank you very much for having me at your program.
The first award to be presented, thank you. The first award to be presented by Professor Moreni KG is the award of the Fellow of Africa Circular Economy Research and Policy Network. Is the Fellow of Africa Circular Economy Research and Policy Network being given to Engineer Dr. Amusha. A round of applause for him. It will collect two things. This is only an award of a fellowship. So we only give one fellowship in a year. Can you come close to Prof? Yes. So we only give one in a year, and he is the third person to receive this award. So Prof, man.
Engineer Dr.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your good works, amazing initiatives, absolutely fantastic works you have done. Thank you so much. We would like to present this to you on behalf of the organizing body. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So in addition to the award, we also decorate our fellows with this sash. Maybe you can help us. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, so let's take photos together. No, people will bring your award. Yes, no, in America, when they give you something, you have to bring it out. So this award, yeah. Let me, can you do the last? Yes, thank you very much. Congratulations once again. Yes, please. A round of applause for Engineer Dr. Opeyemi Amusha. The next award is going to Prof, you're not done, you will do two for us, please. The next award is in the category of Africa Green City Champions. Africa Green City Champions to be awarded to the Whole Planet Initiative. Africa Green City Award 2023.
Okay, so we'd like to thank you for what you're doing. We hope we get more people and more bodies like Whole Planet Initiative. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because we don't have Planet B, yes. Okay. When we open it, I will join the forum. Okay, so let's open it. You have to open it. That's the way we do it. Just to be proud of it, yes. You can come to the center and take photo if you like. Yes, you don't have to be far away. Sorry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prof. Yes, please. The next award goes to. No, somebody was presenting an award someday and just made a mistake. I don't want to do that. Okay, the next award is Africa Green School Award, going to Plug in Nigeria. Africa Green School Award going to Plug in Nigeria. I was wondering, what are you people plugging? But it's okay. And to be given by Mr. Oladipo. A round of applause for him. So say something and present. Yeah.
On behalf of the Ladies Network Initiative Nigeria, I want to present this to you for your contribution to the lecture. I believe that was going to be. I hope not all that's follow. Thank you so much.
To push us more to more action.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, can I open? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please. I think the last but not the least, the award for Africa Green Ambassador Award going to, and to do that for us, somebody, let me invite the secretary of the LOC to do this for us. Miss Opeyemi Odunola, please. Clap for her. She's been working extremely hard. So this award of African Green City, African Green Ambassador Award goes to Professor Lawrence Ikechukwu Ezemoye, the Vice Chancellor of Igbinedion University, Nigeria. Congratulations.
I'd like to give this award.
Let's move it from this thing.
On behalf of Major Initiative, I'd like to give the award for at the time of being ambassador to Professor Juba. Thank you.
Yeah.
The messenger also.
The messenger will get.
Get us.
Yes, please, let's take this. Yes, congratulations, ma.
You.
Yes. Our regards to the Vice Chancellor.
I was asking
I
for
tell
the
him
messenger.
who would like to come to his university. You are asking me about the messenger. Deliver the messenger, deliver the message. Then thank you. These people, I really want to appreciate it. They came in all the way from Igbinedion to receive this award for the Vice Chancellor. It's a big sacrifice. Thank you very much. We also have 2 certificates to present. We have a program that we call Africa Graduate Mentorship and Coaching Program. Through this program, we mentor university graduate students, masters, PhD, and postdoc on how to be the best researcher all around, not only in academics or publishing, but also living life that is worth living. We talk about work-life balance. So we teach them about work-life balance and also give them hard skills and soft skills. The first edition was the cohort of last year. And the committee decided that these 2 people should get the award. So I will now invite the awardees. It's actually awarded to both the Prof. Can you still do this for us, please? Professor Moren KJ, please. Because you are passionate about youth development. I know I told you Tuesday that we met, you just register a lot of things in me that say, now this is passion and this is how to go about it. So the award is a joint award of $100 each and certificates. We convert the money to sponsor them for this conference. So that's what we do. And the mentee is Olayemi Grace Okparinde. The first ever awardee of that award is actually Ambassador Ademola Oluseyi Onofowokun Award for Best Mentee Mentor 2022. Congratulations. She's dancing. Okay. Now, you wanted to say, oh, I didn't join you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. Now, you wanted to say something. Okay, don't go here. Just stay by the side. And to receive the award for the mentor, let me call the Professor Ma, the other professor from Igbinedion University, to present this. The daughter of the professor is here. So, Prof, you can go now. Yes, please. Yes, Prof. Georgina, please, can you do this for us? Okpeyemi, can you come and receive this on behalf of mommy? So she's the best mentor of 2022. And she's been given this award. I mean, her mother is the best mentor. And coincidentally, she's also a mentee on the program, you know, see how things work. Do you want to speak to microphone? We have not heard your voice since you have been here. Come and speak so that Prof, we know that you also did that. We gave you an assignment here and you did it very well. Go ahead.
Okay, this award is given to you as Ambassador Ademola Oluseyi Onofowokun Award for Best Mentee Mentor 2022. And it's presented to Professor Oyeronke Aduni Odunola. Congratulations. No, I think she should stay after.
Yeah. Merci. Thank you very much. And all those who received the award, Opeyemi, don't go yet, Secretary. We have letter of award in case somebody who is querying, show us the letter that you received the award. We are very organized. So we have letters of award and we have a copy of it that you signed that you have received the award. So just meet each one of them, give them the original and let them sign for the other copy that they have received, saying original copy received by me. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come, or we are coming to the end of the fourth Circularity Africa Conference 2023. A round of applause. Are you not excited to be here? And we just want at this point to appreciate everyone who has contributed to this. I told us yesterday that the conference is an annual project. The moment we are ending one, we are starting the other, and you have seen it today. We already know where we are going next year. We already know the team. We already know the organizing committee. They were here. So it's a whole year project that we run in Images Initiative. So we thank you for being part of it. And we want to thank all the members of the organizing committee. They worked so hard. You want to give you a remarks? Yes. I want her to give a remarks. Are you excited about the award? And say something. She's a very shy person.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is with so much pleasure that I am here this afternoon. I am Okwarinde Olayemi Grace, and I am a postgraduate student of the Department of Biochemistry, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. And I joined, I was actually a member of the 2022 cohort of the AGMCP mentoring program. And truthfully, I would say it was awesome. I was telling a few persons that I met in this conference that it's a place to be. When it comes to networking, you can get that in that program. Dr. Laide himself is a free person. You would think he has known us for ages. The way he relates and the way he talks to us, it makes conversing with him so easy. And that's the way other mentors are. On behalf of my mentor for the program, in person of Professor Oyeronke Aduni Odwola, she is unavoidably absent for this program. She came yesterday, but she couldn't make it here today. But she sincerely appreciates Images Initiatives. She asked me to appreciate Images Initiative, especially appreciate the president of the initiative, Dr. Olawale Olaide, for the great work that you're doing, and also commend you for that which you keep doing. We say thank you for this award. We say thank you for giving this to us, and also to Ambassador Onofowoko. We are saying thank you on behalf of my mentor. We are saying thank you to him for giving this to us. And we pray that this initiative, everything that you do will keep going forward by God's special grace. It's a call for every other person that is hearing about AGMCP for the first time or has not been a mentee in this program. It's a place to be. I would say that over and over again. This people make you feel at home. You know, I was telling somebody, these are lecturers, but the way some lecturers would do, and be like, you can't even talk to some lecturers. I don't know, but these people have made conversing with them so easy. Professor Yeronke Odola is one person. I would say she's a mother. I've adopted her daughter already. I told her yesterday that she's my sister, and she makes it, she reaches out, responds to my emails, my calls, my texts regularly. Like I can talk to her anytime, any day. They are a wonderful set of people. Like I said, once again, thank you. And thank you for giving us this award. God bless you all.
Yes, we need to talk about the cash here. All right. Somebody just asked a question online. The conference has not ended. It continues tomorrow, but we are not coming here. The program tomorrow will be online. It will be technical presentation. So get the link and join us from 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I guess Olajumoke, yes, Dr. Olajumoke Alabi will be online tomorrow using the same link. Okay, so I want to appreciate everyone. I think I shouldn't do this. Let me call a member of the committee. Yeah, the secretary, come and appreciate all of us now. Yes, thank you. Let's put our hands together for the secretary of LOC, Ms. Opeyemi Odunola. Yes. Amazing.
Good evening, everyone. It's been an amazing 2 days. Do we agree? Okay, I know we are tired. I know it's been a long day, but we want to say a very big thank you to, first of all, our primary partner, IITA, the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. We want to say a big thank you for this partnership. We want to say a big thank you to all the schools represented. We want to say a big thank you to all the universities, Leeds City University, Koladaisi University. Thank you so much for being here. And every single person that is here. I might not be able to mention all the names, all the presenters online, on site, and everyone joining us online. Thank you so much for being there. We also want to say a big thank you to the scientific committee and most especially the LOC committee. If you're here, can you just raise your hand or rise to your feet? Please rise to your feet. They've been working so hard since last year for this conference. We want to say a big thank you and God bless you. We meet next year at Leeds City University for the 5th annual Circularity Africa conference. Thank you very much.
Okay, we commit it to God's hand for safekeeping and keep in touch. If you are not joining the WhatsApp platform, please endeavor to send us a message to add you or just scan the barcode and join. Bye-bye.